Jerry Bird. I'm from Detroit. I came to iN3 back in last February. Before that, I battled with just being overweight a good part of my life. Pretty much after high school athletics, when college, I gained that freshman 30, I think they call it. I just always had trouble. I've always wanted that lean look. I was fine not just having the abs, but I mean just at least not having that gut. And there's just a lot of misleading information out there. I tried everything. Tried paleo, tried the keto diet. That was right before iN3. I was on the keto diet, intermittent fasting, everything out there, Whole30, you name it. You do find success short term, but I'd always put the weight back on. And I was always feeling like I was kind of alone in the process. Didn't really have someone really to go to just really educate me. I mean, there's a lot of misleading information out there. And how I found Jason and his company was through his Google talk. I was just fascinated by the knowledge that he shared, and he seemed relatable as far as his story. I didn't have his background, but I knew where he was coming from, just a vulnerability aspect. I don't want to speak in general terms, but men have a hard time kind of reaching out to someone and being vulnerable and asking for that help. But I said, it was just a point where it was like enough was enough. I was getting tired of trying all these different things and being misled. A lot of garbage out there on the web, and they put it very simple. There's no secret to it. You have to work hard for certain goals, but they talk about the flexible dieting, and I didn't want to get rid of the foods that I really love, so I learned that, but really just how to manage it, just by macro counting. There's no good, there's no bad food. We established a good food relationship. They try to figure out your goals, and I was just open, and they wanted to understand the why. And all this stuff, this process, got me so excited that I want to try this and help others and pay it forward. I think that's the other message that they're trying to send is, you fixed your problem, you solved some of your issues. Now it's time to pay it forward, and I'm taking advantage of all the educational aspect that they provide as well.
Clap it up for him real quick.
Be able to help older men and women, with the hormonal change. I see a lot of people in engineering that are facing all these struggles. So how do I try to find an application, change sort of their mindset, and help? Any helpful tips on mindset? I mean, it's become a lifestyle, and it's become just another pursuit that I want to dive into, and I'm excited to see where my future is going to go.
The truth is, inside of this space, they want you to be confused. Because inside of confusion, you're going to end up in insecurity. As you learned earlier, insecurity led me into anorexia, into a pretty dark place. The truth is, for a long time it was taboo to talk about that. It's taboo for men and women to talk about their insecurities, to talk about their fears, to really express what was holding them back. You see, but you're still watching this video, you're still watching this movie. You're realizing right now something has to change. It's all built on the fact that you haven't been able to step inside of your own power. You've allowed whatever insecurities you have in your life to dictate your reality. A reality that is now inside of confusion, inside of doubt, inside of wondering whether you're good enough, or whether you're worthy, or whether you're even physically able to create the change you desire, because everything else has failed you. All the gurus have failed you, all the tactics have failed you. And all it does is perpetuate the insecurity. All the gurus that are preaching that their tactic is better than others, making you feel like you are not enough. See, as you just realized inside that last video, you are enough. And it's when you accept the fact that you are enough and you can create change, and that there's a solution for you that exists in this world, the insecurity goes away. You step into your own power, you become that higher version of you. You become that person that you've believed is out there. And you finally create success. Success rooted in all three dimensions. Success that allows you to go all in.
Where should I start?
Start from the very beginning.
Okay. All right. So I came to Jason about 3 years ago, and prior to that, I had I'd been CrossFitting for about 5 years at that point. So I had tried different strategies like paleo and just trying to eat clean, and I had another nutrition coach prior to him. And I just wasn't finding any success. And the biggest thing was that I couldn't stick to anything. So I'm sure paleo can be great and that other nutrition coach could be great, but no one was helping me work through the mental blocks that were getting in the way of me being compliant. The big thing that drew me to Jason was his experience with his own eating disorder, because I had basically gotten to a point where I had an eating disorder. And I wouldn't classify myself as bulimic or anorexic, but I had therapists tell me that I classified as eating disorder. I think they call it, now I'm blanking because I got all nervous.
It's all good.
So anyway, he started helping me break through like my, the emotional triggers behind my eating. And I think, of course, he gave me a set of like macros to follow. But anytime I ever like went over or didn't hit my numbers, like I was never met with any sort of criticism, which I think was enormously helpful. Like, so that took away the shame behind the food, because I could just call him and be honest about where I was at, and then look at like what had gotten in the way. And that's, I think, the biggest piece is like breaking through what's getting in the way. Because any diet can be successful, but the problem is that nobody can follow the diets. And so working with Jason helped me to work through that and be able to be compliant over time, but also be able to live my life. So like there was a point in time where like I was eating out every single weekend with friends, and we just worked my diet around that because that was something that was non-negotiable at that time. It was really cool like to be able to do that, go out every weekend and not control what I was eating and still make progress. Like, so over the course of working with him, like I've never had like significant weight gain or weight loss. Like I've remained relatively stable, which is amazing, because like with any other diet protocol, people go up and down, up and down, up and down. And I never had to do that. I still struggle with my confidence, but I am way better than where I was before. I think that's just like an ongoing journey of like learning to really love and accept myself, because that's not just about the food. That's about so many other things in my life that I need to work on and work through and overcome. But I think through working with Jason, it went a lot further than nutrition. So I don't know, there's like times in my life where like he believed in me and it had nothing to do with food, but like him believing me inspired me to do more. So like right now, pursuing my own business really was inspired by Jason, and like him believing that like I was capable and able to do more than that, than what I'm already doing.
Beginning to find ourselves questioning the journey we've been on for so long. Beginning to question all the things that have happened in our past, and beginning to finally understand that they've all had a place in bringing us to right here, right now, this very moment. You see, you're probably asking yourselves, why did it take me so long? Why did it take me so long to understand that the shift from diet to diet, unhappiness to unhappiness, failure to failure, was never really the root cause, and that there was something deeper. And inside of that truth, I'm going to extend an invitation. In this very moment, right now, you have an opportunity to completely rewrite that story, to completely change your game, and to ultimately change your life. You see, this isn't some diet world that we're talking about. This isn't some nutrition world we're talking about. This is your life. This is your life as a parent. This is your life as a spouse. This is your life as you. This is your happiness. This is ultimately your success. So right now, take the opportunity and click below. Let's talk. Let's figure out, what stories are you telling yourself? What bullshit do we need to end? And what story do we need to rewrite? In this very moment, you have one opportunity to do one thing. Are you prepared to click the link and to go all in?